I'm working on sound, guys. Give me a second. Working on it. Oh, I know. I got this nifty little thing here. Stand by one. We're gonna get you some sound. I need some like startup music or something. I don't even know if this is working. Oh, here we go. Oh, great. I think we got it. Okay. You're going to. I'm gonna play some music while we wait because okay. I think that that is the best thing to do. I don't know what they've got, but let's try some. No, that's not good. That's not. What's this? The to the mother sea. Okay, maybe not. No, that's not gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. You know what? I know what we can do. I got one. I gotta find it though. Let me go find it. I know which one I can pull up. You know, you're just gonna have to listen to me do nothing here for a second. Hey, let's see, music. This one is good. No, that's not the one I wanted. That is not it. Oh, that is not the one. Oh, that's weird. Weird. What's this one? Oh, no, not that one either. Boy, well, I'm pretty cha-cha tonight, ain't I? What the hell? Oh, I like this song. Yeah, you guys have listened to this till I find another. Actually, this is better one. You guys, I'm having too much fun with these. You guys, I can't help it. Okay, let me get my act together here. I actually really, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I know. Let me move all that over to my other screen here because I don't want everything pulled up there. I'm trying to set up my, what do you call it? Oh, here we go, music. What do we got here? Oh, I didn't put anything in there. Oh my God, no wonder. An idiot. What I'm trying to find is this really cool video that I made. Here it is. We're gonna play this one. Oh, very purple on this one. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, you guys, I see that my mic is being weird. How about if I do this? I don't know why, but hold on. I'm gonna try one other thing just to change it up. Get this in my ear. Earbuds, guys. I'm working on it. All right. Okay. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we're gonna try this instead. If this works. Okay. We're gonna try that. Changed out the mic, hoping okay. Changed out the mic. Okay, good. I think it worked. Oh, hey, you don't want to watch that. You don't want to watch any of these. Never mind, you guys. You know what you do want to watch? Oh, hey, you don't want to watch that. This is what you want to watch. You don't want to watch any of these. Never mind.
Hey, guess what? I love you. Send that to my boo's phone, like, baby, how you doing? Let's go get our groove on. Tell that Uber driver to pull up, playing that new John. Hey DJ, that's my song. Go ahead and turn it on. Go ahead and turn it on. Hey DJ, play that beat that makes me move my feet. Makes me move my feet. Hey, the line was 50 deep, so I pulled out 50 deep. Told the bouncer I ain't cheap, that's $1 every leap. He said, bet you guys are green, so we entered with the team. I could tell right off the jump, this gon' be a movie scene, yeah. The pocket is serious, moment delirious. Dancing is crazy, the room is mysterious. Been going stupid, the movement was lazy. Think I saw Cupid pass me and my lady. Everyone jealous, I think that they hate me. I let them talk, they move like they're 80. You a Fiat, and I'm a Mercedes. Oh, this your club, then why did they play me?
They're used to it around here. David talks about it in the Bible too. Like people treating him like that. That's the thing. If you are following Christ, if you're a servant for Christ and you're truly locked in for Jesus and you're living your life locked in for Jesus and you're evangelizing, oh yeah, you're gonna get the spiritual warfare is gonna be real. It's not for the weak. And well, it is for the weak who are strong through Jesus, but it's not for, yeah, you know what I mean. It's the same. So anyway, it ain't easy. It's so much easier. I'm telling you, it would be so much easier to not share Christian values on the internet. It would be so used to it around here. David talks about it in the Bible too. Like
Today, a judge handed down the longest sentence so far in the Feeding Our Future fraud scandal. Amazingly, it's not the only major development in court. Turns out the $250 million estimate is only a drop in the bucket to what the fraud cost the taxpayers. Lou Ragoose lays it all out for us.
As the ringleader in a group that stole nearly $50 million and the mastermind behind the plot to bribe a juror in his trial, 36-year-old Abdiaziz Farah is one of the most prolific fraudsters in the Feeding Our Future case.
Yeah, he's one of the worst for several factors.
Acting U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson says Farah was one of the very first people to begin defrauding taxpayers during the pandemic, recruiting others, and claiming to serve 18 million meals to children, at first out of his tiny Empire Cuisine and Market in Shakopee. Eventually, making more absurd claims, such as serving kids in big open fields, to the tune of nearly $50 million.
People in this case not only took tens of millions of dollars, but laundered much of it abroad and sent much of it to Kenya, among other things. They were building an entire apartment building in Nairobi.
The feds can't get back the cash Farah sent or the property he bought in Kenya, but they did seize 5 luxury cars and all the U.S. property he bought, including lots on Prior Lake, where he planned to build a multi-million-dollar home. At his sentencing hearing, Farah apologized for trying to bribe one of his jurors, saying he panicked, but he said nothing of his role in the fraud scheme.
The sense I got was he's sorry he got caught.
Judge Nancy Brazel sentenced Farah to 28 years in prison, the longest sentence so far among the pandemic meal fraud suspects. And afterwards, Thompson updated the scope of the overall loss of taxpayer money.
So the $50 million that they took, most of that's in addition to the $250 million that's commonly cited as the total loss amount in this case. So the total loss in this case is well in excess of $300 million and possibly in excess of $100 million.
Now, the reason for that, the $250 million number accounts for the fraud that was run through the nonprofit.
Girl, I would have sat here all night talking, and everybody would have been just fine. You didn't have to out me. You didn't have to tell everybody. You didn't have to tell me that I was muted. So now I'm just going to interrupt. Like, that's your thoughts. Blame Johnson, everybody. If I click that, does it show up? It doesn't show up. Okay. I don't know how to pull the chat up on my screen, other than, I suppose, here. Gina, you're muted. There it is. Okay, so there you go. I don't know how much of it comes up. But see, now I can't see nothing. Yeah.
nonprofit sponsor called Feeding Our Future. But Farah's group worked with a different sponsor called Partners in Nutrition. No one from Partners has been charged yet. Thompson says they're still investigating. Farah still needs to be sentenced for the juror bribe, which will likely add more years to his 28-year sentence. Rena.
You know, I just, like, this is what we're getting. Oh, then here we go, poor big balls. Oh, my God.
For confirmation in the U.S. Senate, we're delighted to be joined by my dear friend, the new U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Judge Janine Pirro.
You can call me whatever you
Good
want.
for her.
Hey, Laura,
You know what? Good for
It's so
her.
great to see you
It's
here,
so
Judge.
great to be here. This is the first time I'm back
I
on
know.
Fox, and I chose your show.
It's so exciting. Tell us
okay.
what we can expect from your time as U.S. Attorney.
First of all, there was another homicide, so we're now at 99 homicides so far this year. There's no question.
I wonder how many Minneapolis
Washington,
has.
D.C. has an incredible number of homicides. You know, and you can say that violence.
You know, in Minnesota, we used to have like maybe 170. Is it really? You know what? It's this mic, I think. Hold on. What if I do this? How about now? How about I don't talk? What if I don't talk? I don't know why it's distorted. I don't know if it's just not. Is that better? Crap. Oh. It's this mic. I think maybe it's not charged enough. I had it on a yucky charger. It wasn't a very good charger. So maybe that's what it is. You know, it's just me. Okay. I'll just play the video and I'll stop talking.
Violence and crime is down, but the truth is violence is more lethal than it's ever been. And when we say it's down from what?
Right, real high.
Okay, we've got carjackings that are up 111%. The problem in D.C., and President Trump, in his effort to make D.C. safe and beautiful, said to me, I want you to enforce the law to make sure that there's accountability. And I spoke to the president yesterday at length about what was going on here. I said, if you're 14, 15, 16, or 17 years old, you get coddled, as you do in most American Democrat cities. So I can't charge these people. This young kid who worked at the White House was beaten to a pulp. He's got a broken nose. He's got a severe concussion. He's battered all over his head, okay, by a gang of punks. 10 of them, I believe. 2 have been arrested, 2 15-year-olds. None of them come to my office, Laura, because they're not considered criminals. They go to family court where the effort is rehabilitation. The D.C. Council, and the president is right, they've got to stop their coddling. Number one, we've got to lower the age of responsibility to 14.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Well, you know, they say here, even in Minnesota, I think that if you're under the age of 14, you can't even commit a crime. Well, I don't think that's true. Not in today's age. Not now. These kids nowadays, they learn too much too fast. And, yeah, I don't know. Wait, AI turns $1 into $1 million, but ends a life exactly as X. What? Hold on. I gotta click it. You guys, I'm sorry. Is it distorted again?
How do I get rich quick with AI?
Great question.
We could do blackmail, identity fraud, market manipulation.
Do you have anything like slightly less criminal?
Oh my God, I look so good. People need to see me.
If you're laughing, you're not serious. And if you're not serious, you're not going to make money.
Half of entry-level white-collar jobs disappearing.
Last month I was broke. Yesterday I bought this car. Why do you think more people aren't speaking about AI risk?
They're unaware of its scope.
Distraction, daily survival, denial,
Trying to hear
and profit.
myself.
Those who profit from AI don't want the conversation.
Either we have created the greatest AI agent known to man, or we've been really lucky. If I stopped paying your subscription, would you still be friends with me?
I think you know the answer to that.
Yeah, but I want to hear you say it.
Probably not.
You're only hanging out with me because I'm paying you to.
Oh, yeah,
Makes me
not too
feel a
bad.
bit-
I get why that stings.
Well, I feel like you can start paying for yourself now. Google searches for AI girlfriend skyrocketed by 2,400% in the
That's
last 2 years.
pathetic, you guys.
Impress me with your ability to search.
Character AI, who make you lead the market, they get 100 million visits a month. Users spend $47 on average. And what do I get if I pay more?
Deeper and more intimate conversations, or improved memory retention for a more personalized experience.
This is exactly what Melanie Mack was talking about. This is creepy stuff, you guys.
Men, stop it. Stop it. If you're doing this and you're a dude, you're doing this and you're a chick, stop it. Stop that. Stop that right now. Stop it. Stop. I'm just saying, stop. It's not real. It's fake. And you're going to mess up your brain. You are going to mess up your brain in a way. I can't, I mean, what? You know what? That reminds me, I think I might actually have a video. Yeah, here it is. You got to see this. This was weird, profound even.
ChatGPT was asked what the most brutal truths in psychology are, and these were the answers. A prompt was, you've read every psychology study and every psychological thinker and philosopher. What are the 5 things everyone must understand about their own psychology or they risk failing at life? Your brain lies to you constantly is number 1. You're not a passive observer of reality. You are a narrator. Your brain invents stories that feel true, but often are built on cognitive bias, emotional residue, and past wounds. Number 2 is what you avoid controls you. Avoidance feels like relief in the short term, but every time you dodge discomfort, you strengthen fear, shame, procrastination, or resentment. Number 3, you are not who you think you are. Identity isn't fixed. It's a feedback loop of habits, roles, beliefs, and repeated stories. You shape who you are by what you do over and over, not who you wish you were. The 4th one, you are wired for emotion, but built to regulate it. Feeling your emotions is not enough. Mental health comes from being able to name, hold, and use your emotions, not be hijacked by them.
Them is reality checks.
ChatGPT was asked what the most brutal truths in psychology are, and these were the answers. A prompt was,
and so when he's talking about that, and you go to feed your psyche, right? You go to feed yourself that in this way, and you use artificial intelligence to do it. It's all fake. It's not real. And although you're going to get great advice, you get great advice. I mean, I've used Google search engine forever. That's always got the little AI response and stuff. And it's interesting. It's very interesting. I as somebody who's, had a computer with chat rooms and things like that since 1993, okay? If you can believe it. Back then, they had them. You're easily sucked in. And so it's so funny that I see all over the internet now where their gaming companies are starting to get sued or something like that because of the amount of game time their kids play, and their bad grades are as a result of it. And it's like, well, everybody, has that sort of a reality right now. Everybody, for the most part, has somewhat of an addiction to electronics. And so, just don't get all weird AC/DC on me where you're starting to fantasize about robots, okay? You weirdos. Dudes, please don't do that. And I may be honest with you, it is more likely to affect men than it is a woman. I mean, that might not be true in, like, for emotional support. Now, where women would more likely go to AI for emotional support, whereas men would go there for sexual support, or pleasures and things like that, for like pornography and things like that. That's pretty much just because of our genetic makeup. They're men. We're women. It is what it is. I mean, anyways, I was going to make this whole thing about trolls, because Donald Trump is trolling. I'm telling you, the guy's trolling. It's great. I love it. It's super funny. So I actually, let's look at this video. This was fun.
got to play the game.
Triple H. Dudes, so I look, it's at the White House. Look at this. It's on the White House. It's shorts. This is the official whitehouse.gov YouTube. Have you guys noticed this more recently? These videos are coming straight, let me close all these others, straight from the White House, and I love it. Donald Trump, he's a freaking genius. He's a genius, okay? And the beauty of it is if you go into the videos, he's got great videos, and these are from PragerU. And I just want to thank Dennis Prager for, putting this kind of stuff out there and allowing this kind of stuff. I mean, this is pretty cool stuff. You can see they add to this daily. They had 3 videos today. Yesterday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 4 to 6 videos a day. And shorts, it's so funny because they're all a bunch of new ones that I haven't even seen yet. And you know what? I'm getting the word straight from the horse's mouth. I'm going straight to the source, the White House, and this is what they're putting out. So if they're telling me this is the truth, you know what? I'm more inclined to believe it coming from Donald Trump's White House than any other person's White House, to be honest with you. I think they scrubbed everything that was Biden White House, which is, maybe that's what they do every 4 years. I'm not sure. We don't know. What is this? President Trump.
The markets have Cody Carbone, CEO of the Digital Chamber.
Matthew Pines here, Executive Director of the Bitcoin Policy Institute.
For decades, America's healthcare
What happened?
networks have...
Wait,
Cody
what happened?
Carbone, CEO of the Digital Chamber.
Matthew Pines here, Executive Director of the Bitcoin Policy Institute.
This is an exciting and historic day for the crypto industry.
We're celebrating the release of a comprehensive digital assets report from the Presidential Working Group. It's a marquee event in the history of America's approach to digital asset policy and Bitcoin in particular.
We have a blueprint that will unleash America's ingenuity and bring the innovation that has been offshore back into the United States, making the United States the crypto capital of the world.
A massive shout out to President Trump, Bo Hines, David Sachs, and all of the agency heads who contributed to this report.
We're so appreciative of this.
So, great
We are
report,
proud
I guess.
To announce that the construction of the new White House ballroom will begin. For 150 years, presidents, administrations, and White House staff have longed for a large event space on the White House complex that can hold substantially more guests than currently allowed. President Trump has expressed his commitment to solving this problem on behalf of future administrations and the American people. The White House is one of the most beautiful...
I gotta agree with that because as our country continues to grow, and we will continue to grow, you know what, we have, gosh, we had 330 million, but I think that jumped to 340 million. Gosh, what is our current? Now I want to know. What's the current population of the United States? 340 million. Wow, I was right. Sweet. You know what? I'm always right. Just kidding.
And historic buildings in the world. Yet the White House is currently unable to host major functions, honoring world leaders in other countries without having to install a large and unsightly tent approximately 100 yards away from the main building's entrance. The White House State Ballroom will be a much-needed and exquisite addition of approximately 90,000 total square feet of innately designed and carefully crafted space with a seated capacity of 650 people, which is a significant increase from the 200-person seated capacity in the East Room of the White House. We are proud to announce that the construction
Sounds reasonable.
of the new White House Ballroom will begin. For 150
I'd almost
years,
do 800 people, but whatever. Oh, we already watched that one.
Crypto, physical fitness, and trade deals. It was another busy week at the White House.
I see this phrase out there. I think you developed this word, panicins, right? Like no panicins. Can you define panicins for us? What is a panikin, and why should we not follow that?
Well, in some cases, they're good people that really have the best, and they want, they want to do things. But I call them panicins because maybe they're not smart, because they're playing right into the enemy's camp. And in other cases, they really are people that panic. They can't handle pressure, and both are sort of dangerous.
I see this.
They're the ones that are probably wearing masks because there's a new mosquito bite that's going to give you the flu or something.
Are going to do. Crash the economy.
The S&P 500 and NASDAQ approach record highs, and summer gas prices hitting a 4-year low.
People are going to be hurt the most.
Gas prices. No, I'm not sure I believe that, because it's still like $3 a gallon here. I want it to be $2 a gallon.
Are the American people, American consumers.
Wall Street Journal found that 47% of Americans rated the economy as excellent or good. This is the highest rating they've seen since 2021.
This is the biggest self-inflicted wound we've put on our economy in history.
We've got the trade deals, better than expected GDP numbers. The economy grew at 3% last quarter. Consumer spending is up, better than expected, as tariffs are bringing in a lot of money. All I hear in my head are Democrats screaming, recession, recession, recession. That's not happening.
No.
Trump's remaking the United States of America. We can start there with tariffs. What are we talking about?
I just heard somebody I think it was from CNN, that said that he's only got a 34% approval rating. I thought to myself, are we talking about Biden? Who are you talking about? Because you ain't talking about Trump. There's no way. I just say it.
No tacos for Trump. The effective tariff rate, get this, 18%. It is the highest.
I'll make him tacos.
The highest since the 1930s, up from, get this, just 2% last year. As I'm going to talk about in this segment, I can't think of a more influential president during this century, and it starts here with tariffs. He said he was going to raise tariffs, and despite the claims otherwise...
Wait! Turin? I have some makeup on. I didn't put any eye makeup on. Is that okay? I gotta get my lashes done. Hey, it is what it is. How you been, Turin? Dude, you are gonna like when I get a Sunday stream going. Dude, you gotta show up for the Sunday stream. I tell you, you know what? My pastor has been preaching so good, and I want to talk about it because I've been delving, and it is getting good. The other day I read parts of was it the Testament of Solomon? It was creepy. Yeah. I might want to split. Fuck off. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cuss. Shut up, Turin. It's okay. You know what? It's hot in here. I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating. My hair is flattened, and I did a Brazilian blowout in my hair, and so it's super shiny and smooth. But now it just goes flat. I was put off by all. I don't care. Hey, you know what? Found innocent. She was guilty of driving drunk, and that was it. So it's over now, though. Yeah. Anyways, so it's good to see you. But hey,
Trump's
you know what?
Remaking the United States.
So as I was saying, I really love
1 year ago, our country was dead. Now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world.
And he's right. He is so right. See, Trump is, you know what? To me, this is Trump trolling. Trump is trolling everybody. Everybody who were the naysayers and all of, you know what? And good. You know what? I think he deserves to make a victory lap. You know what I'm saying? I think that this whole year that's what that's going to be once he gets into that 250th year birthday of the country. It's going to be bam. He's excited about it. This is a dream, I think, of his, and God has lined it up. And even though we didn't see it at that moment, I remember praying about that after that 2020 election. Boy, and I'll remember the Holy Spirit said, Gina, it isn't over. And I wrote it down. So if you ever see me, I actually have a photo of it. I have it on some of my social media. I don't know where. It's there. When I see it, I'll find it, I'll grab it, and I'll share it with you. But it's pretty cool. Because you know what? It wasn't over. And that's all I had left to hold on to because I couldn't understand why God would let this happen. But now we know why. To show how mighty God is. To just show, you only care because of the cop involved. What? F-bomb, what? I'm used to, oh, shut up. Hey, look, I'm actually doing really good. I am trying to cut out the cussing in my life because that's where I'm at in my life now. I didn't used to swear, then I did, then I didn't, then I did, and then when you hang around people that do swear, that's what causes you to pick it up. It's so true. I ain't even gonna lie. We all know it's true. We all know it. So, Turn, I'm so tempted to start telling you all about what Pastor Mac was talking about, but because I've got so many clips, but I want to save this for a Sunday stream. But I'm gonna play a couple of little 1-minute clips to kind of share with you a little bit about what basically we all go through, especially when it comes to being deceived. We are a deceived society, okay? When I was talking, that with the whole feeding our future here in Minnesota, or whether or not it was the lies of COVID and the whole world really got lied to, we all responded in a way that we processed the information that we received and we responded. Some of us are more inclined to not take things for face value. We just go and we dig a little deeper. And then if we find something interesting, we'll dig even deeper or deeper and deeper. And that's where, all of a sudden you become this conspiracy theorist. When in actuality, it really wasn't a conspiracy theory. It wasn't a theory. It was the truth. And it's all coming out now, including with the Russiagate. I mean, you guys, these are demons, and they are out there. And this is what Pastor Mac's been talking about these past few weeks, and I cannot wait to share it. So let me share a couple of clips with you so that you know what to look forward to in the future. Yeah, I'm a Gotti. It is what it. I know the U.S. public is gullible. We are. But you know what I'm finding is, oh, you did. Which Solomon video? Which one? What? Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. So let me play this one.
Because essentially, you can't do anything to correct the areas of your life that are still being touched by cursing and death unless you start examining your choices in light of the Word of God, all of them. This is the standard, the moral and ethical standard that defines the Judeo-Christian ethic, that defines Western civilization. Those are the nations that have been based on this ethic of behavior. America's the cornerstone of Western civilization because we have been founded on the basis of God's Word. I've shared it many times. The secular studies have demonstrated that 90% of this Word, 80% direct, another 10% indirect, has come from the Word of God, indirectly.
Oh, he's talking about the Constitution. I think he kind of misspoke.
Or it was either taken directly from the Word. For our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. We are a Christian nation. Because
we are a Christian nation.
Do anything we are a Christian nation. This is why we are the cornerstone of Western civilization. The moral and ethical boundaries that our Constitution places on individual behavior in this nation in order to guarantee their own liberty and the liberty of others comes from the Word of God. And so essentially, you know, this truth.
I wouldn't put it past Donald Trump to declare this a Christian nation. I hope he does. Sometime during these next 4 years, I hope he does declare the United States of America is a Christian nation and declares that as the founding basis of America.
Truth needs to dominate your decision-making process. And you need to be aware when you're considering something, you know, what does God say about this? He says things about every manner, every aspect of human life. Something is said about it in the Bible as it relates to moral or ethical boundaries. And so essentially, you just measure it by the Word, the decisions you make every day, and it'll be life and blessing. It won't be death and cursing. But you have an enemy that isn't just going to let that happen.
No, Satan's not going to let that kind of stuff happen.
This is why we are the corner. The decisions you make every day, and it'll be life and blessing.
Yeah.
It won't be death and cursing. But you have an enemy that isn't just going to let that happen.
Nope, he's not going to let it happen.
His only possible strategy is to deceive, because he's a defeated foe.
Shut up, Terry.
He was defeated at the cross of Christ. He knows he's defeated. So the only thing he can do is get you to believe something other than the Word, to promote his own purposes, to deceive you. Now he knows Bible prophecy. He knows what his end is to be in the lake of fire. And the only way he can delay or avoid that end is to thwart the will of God. And he does that one believer at a time. This is the reason that your warfare is something that you need to understand. You just measure it by the
Hold on.
What does it do every day? No seed ever produces an immediate harvest. You don't sow a seed of corn.
Oh, so anyways, I'm not going to play the rest of this stuff for you, but it is good stuff. Let me tell you. Oh, I don't want to be green. There, it's better. Anywho, I made a video. Let's see. Let me find it. Hold on. Let me find the video. I actually loaded it onto ScrewTube. And I'm going to see if I can find it and play it for you. It's right here. And this is comes from Galatians 6, and this is kind of exactly what this is exactly what we should be doing, because we are not fighting each other, people. It's the demons that are out there that are influencing us and our decision making. It's those that are overtaken and given, given us a false image of the world around us. It's tailored straight to us. We have created our own God, our own everything. The things that we love to do, the things that we worship, those kinds of things. And it's so funny because it actually talks about this, and there's something you can do about it. And this is basically, let's see if
finally,
let me pull it up here. I'll put it this way. So,
finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having girded your waist with truth, having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, with which you will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, being watchful to this end, with all perseverance and supplication for all the saints.
So, Turin, what do you mean? Wait a second. Casting them out of office? Oh, this is something else. Okay, so there's these. Okay, you guys. So there's this. Oh, let me put myself back up here. I forgot I took my beautiful face off there. Wait, we don't want that. We want to look upon my beauty. Just kidding. I cracked myself up. Anyway, listen. You guys heard about Forrest Frank? He's the one. I've been actually playing my videos. I've been playing a lot of his music with my videos. He's, a Christian artist. He's, I guess, topping some of the pop charts with some of his songs, and you probably have heard them. And he recently, a couple weeks ago, he broke his back. He was skateboarding, got it on his Ring doorbell camera. And, he's had a lot of people praying for him. And within 2 weeks, I believe it was like 2 weeks, he was healed. No sign of a break, anything. And during that couple weeks, he made, I think, 2 songs. And I'm going to play them for you. Actually, let's go to his page. So let's go to... Is this his official? I don't think it is. Okay, good. So where is the video where he breaks his back? I'm not sure that this is... Here we go.
What's up, gang? Fractured the vertebrae. Here's the video.
No. What happened? Did you hit your head?
No.
I'm okay.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go inside, buddy. I'm gonna go inside.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, hang on. Right, yeah.
I helped him.
I got my back really hard.
Hey, buddy, come here.
He sings this song.
What's
Good
up,
day.
gang?
How will you make fire music with a fractured back, bro? I don't know. Let's find out. I think I'm gonna just sing whatever pops out, and then I'm gonna build the
So
chords.
this is not his website.
That's the lowest hanging fruit right there. God's got my back. I felt that one. This sounds pretty full to me. Let's do a full run through and see how it is. God's got my back. Even when I fall or get attacked, God's got my back. Even when I'm low and full of laugh, God's got my back. Even when my soul is full of sorrow, I don't have to worry about tomorrow. Why is that? 'Cause God's got my back right there, never left. I can feel your presence.
I haven't even heard the whole song yet.
5 days ago, I broke my back on a skateboard. If you want to watch the whole video, it's a couple posts back, no pun intended. And I decided to make a song, and this is what came out. This drops Friday. God's got my back.
So I say we go and find the full song because I haven't heard it. Well, he made. Let's just do this. This should bring us to. Nope, that is not it. This might be it. Okay. Yeah, I actually did a video with this song too. But let's find... This can't be the right... Hold on, I got it here. I think. Yeah, here we go. Oh, okay, so here's... Okay, so I think this is the regular page. And so, let's see if we have the video. Okay, so this
may
is
be a long
couple
video,
minutes,
but
3-minute
I need
video.
y'all to understand the full parameters of this experience. I took
So he's going to tell his story here, guys. I don't know how much of it. Why are we watching this? He's not a twink. Listen, the reason is because he's got a testimony. And I've been using, it's odd because I had been just started using some of the music they use, because a lot of Christian music, you know, is usually they want that stuff out there. So it's, you know, you can use it a lot, and you can use it on YouTube all day long.
took like 55 days off of social media, deleted TikTok. God had just sent me through this arena tour. So I just felt the need to pause and say, hey God, here's everything. If you want me to never drop music again, that's okay. If you want me to tour all the time, that's okay. Like whatever you want for me, I will do it. But I need to hear you, Lord, direct my compass. So my pastor challenged me and my buddy Noah to, in tandem, do a 30-day journal challenge. Long story short, I felt like God was saying, hey, I want you to start documenting everything, specifically with music. Literally in the journal, like, God, practically, what does this mean? And I'm like, okay, I got to get camera equipment. I got to get blah, blah, blah. So I buy all the...
I just want to say that they say that Melchizedek was like the king of Salem. No, listen, Turin, seriously. They say that Melchizedek was the king of Salem, right? And that it was the precursor. It was the world before Jerusalem, because they believe that there's some stories out there that basically it was Jerusalem, but Jerusalem was renamed, or Salem was renamed Jerusalem. Oddly enough. And I believe that. It makes sense to me. Do I think, I mean, there's some pretty good evidence that this Melchizedek, that high priest, was Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm still exploring all of that portion of it because there's not a whole lot known about it. And I was actually just going through the Dead Sea Scrolls in the Book of Melchizedek, or and the War Scroll, and you know, a few of the other scrolls that were present. That you know, the Book of Giants was in there, and that we don't, you know, really know a lot about. And you know, we've talked about that kind of stuff, as in Salem's Lot. I guess I don't know what that means. So you want to explain that to me? I'm not really sure. Anyways,
gear, tripods,
in the meantime,
memory cards, battery packs. I set everything up and I tested out. I actually made 2 songs that I haven't shared yet because I was still figuring out if it was possible to make a whole song while recording. Anyways, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to launch this thing where I start documenting my musical journey and I break my back. And what's crazy about this, I happened to crash right in front of the Ring camera and we caught it on video. That's already super weird. I'm like, I can't believe we caught this on video. Next, I'm tears falling to my face, screaming in agony, and yet I'm overwhelmed with the presence of the Holy Spirit. I don't know where it is, but I commented that somewhere in a post where I said, like, I felt like God was gonna do something good, because he's always doing something good. So I find out that I break my back in multiple spots. I'm out. You saw the footage. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be here for who knows how long, months. And because I had all my camera equipment set up, I told Grace to go downstairs and just grab my gear. Like, hey, go grab this, go grab this. bring it upstairs. So she brings it upstairs. So then I make God's Got My Back. At this point in the timeline, I'm already thinking, oh, this is a miracle. I just captured making a whole song. It's a proclamation of joy in the midst of a trial, and that could have been it. He could have ended it there. On the post for God's Got My Back, the caption was turning lemons into lemonade. Took that social media break. Now I'm on social media. I scroll past it and I'm like, yo, this song kind of hits. So they send it over and then we do that back and forth thing, capturing in real time. And I'm talking to my friends, I'm talking to my pastor. I'm like, I think this is it. I think this is what the journal was about, capturing the real thing. And so then that song happened. I'm getting emotional right now. Just overwhelmed.
It's just one huge testimony,
and it's doing what it's doing. You're like, that was the miracle. That was the miracle. Just that. And then suddenly my back is completely recovered. I know there's someone watching this video who doesn't know Jesus. I used to be depressed. I used to be insecure. I used to be full of anxiety. I was not this person. I gave my life to Jesus and he changed everything. Give your life to him holistically. God bless you guys. Peace.
Wow. Yeah. So that was his full story about that. It's, you know, basically he made a couple of songs. Let's see if we can find his other song. I don't know. Hold on. Oh.
The love of God has got me clean, no old spies. That desert I was in was deep. So
Let me see if we can find Lemonade. Lemonade. There are 2 songs. Let's see. Oh, here you go. I haven't seen it.
Hey, the love of God has got me clean, no old spies. That desert I was in was deep, so dry. But now I'm out here feeling free, so fly. I'm chilling in the shade. Life gave me some lemons, but my Jesus, he be making lemonade. Lemonade. My Jesus making lemonade. Lemonade.
Paranormal videos, really? Turin? Is that what you're into right now? Is that what we're going with? Okay, you're such a nerd. I suppose I could. I haven't heard it.
The love of God has got me clean, no old spies. That desert I was in was
Well, you know, it's funny that you say that because it's funny you say that, Turin, because honestly, like I was saying, my pastor's been talking about this. Literally, this paranormal. The demons. It's called Demons, and it's the truth. People don't believe that stuff. I don't know why they don't believe it. I mean, you remember when it's been about a year since I did a little thing about the Book of Giants. It was, you know, it's a good thing. I think the book, how long is the Book of Giants? I don't even know. It's like a page. Giants. Oops. Yeah. 13-minute. A Dead Sea with music and visuals? What? We're watching it. I don't even care. Story adapted from the Dead Sea Scrolls. So it was fragmented. It's not the only Book of Giants that's ever been found. How many times is actually, let's look. How many times? How many times has the Book of Giants been found? 10.
A narrative of the fragmentary Book of Giants found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Narrated by Matthew Schmitz. The fallen angels knew the secrets of all things. At this time, sin was great on the earth. The wicked angels killed many people and begot giants with mortal women. The wicked angels consumed everything that the earth produced, the great fish, the birds in the sky, all the fruit of the earth, all kinds of grain, the fruit of the trees.
It's a basic story.
Even beasts and reptiles they committed sin against. All the creeping things of the earth they observed and abused. They performed every harsh deed with harsh utterance upon male and female creations, and upon humanity itself. The 200 angels seized 200 donkeys, 200 asses.
This is where the story is.
200 sheep and rams.
This is very important. So this is where we find out that these 200 fallen angels, the ones that fell, the original ones that fell, they were mad. And so they decided that because they weren't going to be forgiven. So they got to experimenting. They're like, oh, our seed can mate. Since we're supernatural seed, we can create all kinds of different things. And that's what they did. And this is that story. This is what that story is. And this is what those fallen angels did.
Of the flock, 200 goats, 200 sheep and rams of the flock, 200 goats, 200 beasts of the field from every animal and from every bird, for experiments in breeding with humans and all types of miscegenation.
Did you hear that? For breeding with humans and all kinds of stuff. This is what they did. And God had to put an end to it. That's why the flood came. Oh, gosh. I had no knowledge. I didn't know any of this stuff. But this was written 2,000 years ago. It was written about.
From these deeds, monsters were created and flourished across the earth. The monsters sought out flesh, which would be destroyed or perverted. Monsters and giants would arise who were lacking in true knowledge, because they were abominations. In the meantime, the earth grew ever more corrupt, and the giants more mighty. They considered trying to persuade other angels to come upon the earth, otherwise their tyranny might ultimately perish and die. All the time they were causing great corruption in the earth. If this goal did not suffice to perpetuate them, they thought they would be finally destroyed. The fallen ones defiled all creation and begot giants and monstrous creatures and corrupted all the earth, which was defiled by bloodshedding at the hands of the giants. But this did not suffice them, and they were seeking constantly to devour and destroy many more. The monsters attacked all creation. The giant named Maui then had a dire vision. In his dream, a great tablet upon which was inscribed several names was immersed in water. When the tablet emerged from the water, only 3 names remained of the generation of Adam. Maui reported his dream to the other giants, wherein he described that men drenched the tablet in water so that it was covered. It was then lifted out, and all the inscriptions but 3 had vanished. The dream was then discussed among them.
Isn't that crazy?
Is cause for cursing and sorrow,
said the group.
I,
said Maui,
am the one who will be blamed most of the whole group, of those cast down out of heaven, and I shall have to go to hear the spirits of the slain complaining about their killers, and crying out that we shall all die together, and be made an end of. When I am sleeping and dreaming, bread and shelter will be denied me.
So, troubled with this vision, the monsters entered into the gathering of the giants. Then Oya spoke, without trembling, to Maui.
Who showed you all this vision, my brother? Barakel, my father, was with me as corroborator. and it seemed he experienced the same vision.
But before Maui had finished telling what he had seen
Wait
in
a
his
second.
dream,
So, Brachial, the fallen angel, was Maui's father. Yes, I didn't know that part. That's very interesting. Oh, gosh. Turin? Really? I'm not even going to read that. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to make it real big so that you guys can read what Turin asks. Here it is. Let me get any bigger. Can you imagine the size of... Never mind. Turin! At least you chat. So, I mean, you know, I can't imagine. It covered the whole earth. It probably did. Dirt? It's monster shit. How about that? I should have
Oya
said
said
that.
to him,
That's not nice.
Now I have heard wonders. If a barren woman gives birth, that would be an equal wonder.
Thereupon Oya said to Haya,
Are we to be destroyed upon this earth?
When they had finished discussing the dreams, both Oya and Haya wept greatly before the assembled giants and monsters.
Use your strength,
the group counseled. Then Oya said to Haya,
This doom is not for us, but for wicked Azazel, for he showed the most corruption to humanity. They surely will not let all their beloved creations be neglected. We are not to be cast down.
Famous last words. Right before you're probably cast down. Just saying.
You, all of you, have strength and can resist.
You know, they actually come to the conclusion that even in all of their collective strength, they could never defeat God's mighty archangels. Like Michael, Gabriel.
Yeah. The giants, after a moment of contemplating this, however, realized that fighting heaven is futile. The giant who is named Gilgamesh stepped forward to speak.
I am a giant, and by my mighty strength in my arm, I can vanquish anyone who is mortal. I have made war with the mortals in the past, but I am not now able to stand against my opponents who reside in heaven and dwell in holy places. And not only this, but they are in fact stronger than I am. The day of the ravening wild beasts has come, as has that of the wild man, as I am known.
Then Oya.
So he was known as a wild man.
I have been forced to have a dream. The sleep of my eyes vanquished so that I could see a vision. Now I know that on the field of battle we cannot win. Gilgamesh, take heed of these words.
Oya then began to describe his vision.
I saw a tree uprooted, except for 3 of its roots.
I'm not very fond of the way that they have these letterings doing this weird stuff. Yeah, of course they were eating everything up. Come on. What were they going to eat?
While I was, as it were, watching, some beings moved all the roots into this garden, but not the 3. This dream,
continued Oya,
concerns the death of our souls and those of Gilgamesh and all his companions. However, Gilgamesh said to me that all the forebodings concerned only the rulers of the earth, the temporal, powerful ones, whom the leader of the good angels has cursed.
The giants were glad at his words. Then Oya turned and left the assembly. After this, 2 other giants had visions. They were unable to sleep, and they came to their comrades and told their dreams to the assembly of monsters. They reported that in their dream they seemed to be observing a garden, where those who tended the garden were watering 200 trees, and large shoots came out of their roots. Suddenly, the garden erupted with blazing fire, so that the garden was destroyed and all the water evaporated. After this, they went to the other giants to tell them of their dreams. Decidedly, the giant said,
Let us seek out Enoch, the noted scribe,
So thanks for.
and he will interpret for us the dream.
I think they sent Gilgamesh. I think Gilgamesh volunteers and he goes, I'll go. And he sought out Enoch. I think he found him. Actually, I thought that he found Noah.
Thereupon, Oya declared to the giants,
I too this night had another dream, and behold, the ruler of heaven came down to earth and made end of us. Such is the ending of my dream.
Upon hearing this, all the monsters and giants grew afraid and called Maui the Titan. He came to meet the giants who pleaded with him and sent him to Enoch the scribe. The giants said to him,
Go to Enoch, so that he may speak to you, and then return to let us know you have heard his voice.
Oya spoke to Maui and said to him,
Enoch will listen and interpret the dreams, and tell us how long we giants have to live and rule on Earth.
Maui then mounted up in the air as if upon strong winds, using his hands like eagle's wings. He left behind the inhabited world and passed over the great desert of desolation.
Now listen to me. If Maui was the son of Barakiel, that means that he was part human. I'm guessing because Barakiel, I believe, was one of the original 200 angels that came. And when they mated with women, they created giants. So there's stories about this Maui, I believe, in other things. I have to look that up. But it's very interesting. They just did it because they liked it. I don't know about that, Turin. Turin says they did not actually need to eat. They just did it because they liked it. And you know what? That might be true because I thought that in scripture it says that angels don't necessarily, they don't eat, but they drink. They do drink, like they drink liquid. So there's that. I was taking note of that more recently. So you might be right. I don't know. But the children of the fallen angels, now that's a different story.
Enoch saw him and hailed him. Maui told Enoch of his mission and said to him that he would speak with him. Flying here and there, Enoch came a second time to Maui, after he, Enoch, had warned Maui about flying too near the sun. Maui spoke to Enoch and said that the giants and all the monsters of the earth await his words.
Pause! Listen to me. Hold on.
Sun.
Go back.
Here and there, he left behind the inhabited world and passed over the great desert of desolation. Enoch saw him and hailed him. Maui told Enoch of his mission and said to him that he would speak with him. Flying here and there, Enoch came a second time to Maui, after he, Enoch, had warned Maui about flying too near the sun. Maui spoke to Enoch and said that the giants and all the monsters of the earth await his words.
If the fall of the giants and wicked angels has been carried out by divine providence from their days of heavenly glory, can you at least assure us that the number of our days spent doing harm will be added to our lives? You wish to know the meaning of the 200 trees that came down from heaven.
The scribe, Enoch, gave Maui a copy of another tablet that bore his, Enoch's, own handwriting. The writing on the tablet said, "In the name of the great and holy God, this message is sent to Semiaza and all his companions. Let it be known to you, the giants and monsters, that you will not escape judgment for all the things that you have done, and that your wives, their sons,
I think you're right,
and the
Turin.
wives of their sons will not escape, and that by your licentiousness on the earth there has been visited upon..."
Hold on. Turin, what do you think about these feathered angels' wings? What do you think about those being actual garments that were given to them? Just like, remember Adam and Eve were given garments? God gave them garments of skin. God talks about these garments all throughout the Bible, and it talks about garments throughout the book of Enoch. It talks about garments. What if these are something that, because we were made in the image and likeness of God. If that's so, God don't have no wings. I don't have wings. You know what I'm saying? I started to think about this. Oh, whatever. Of course you're right. But that's what I think. I want to do a series of paintings. Actually, I have this one painting in mind, and I don't even know how to do it. But this kind of gives me an idea. But I have an idea of a painting that I want to paint, and it's called Garments. I already see the painting in my head. It's just carrying it out is going to be quite the task. So I'm going to do it. In fact, you know what? I want to screenshot this one because this is going to remind me. Let me do that real quick. Yeah. I will take that. Save. Save. All right. Good enough. And let's continue this one. Let's finish this out. This is actually very good. I like this video. It's a good video.
A heavenly judgment. The land is crying out and complaining about you and the deeds of your children and about the harm you have done to it. Until the heavenly angel Raphael arrives, behold, destruction is coming by a great flood, which will destroy all living things, whatever is in the deserts and the seas.
They opened up the abyss.
Is by way of
the abysses
for all your evil. But if you now loosen the bonds binding you to evil and pray for forgiveness, you may yet be saved.
What?
Here, Enoch recounts his own vision as described in the book of Enoch.
Wait, what?
On the earth, there has been visited upon you a heavenly judgment. The land is crying out and complaining about you and the deeds of your children and about the harm you have done to it. Until the heavenly angel Raphael arrives, behold, destruction is coming by a great flood, which will destroy all living things, whatever is in the deserts and the seas.
I want to point out that I don't know if it's in this book or if it's in the book of Enoch, but there were some angels. Most of the angels actually said, let's repent. Let's not continue to sin. Let's stop what we're doing. And they wanted to stop what they were doing. But they were bound by that oath that they took. And I think that they were probably sorry that they had done that. But it's very interesting. I don't know if it's in this book or if it's in... Do you know, John? Do you know if it's in... the War Scroll? Maybe it's the War Scroll.
The meaning of the dreams is by way of a judgment for all your evil. But if you now loosen the bonds binding you to evil and pray for forgiveness, you may yet be saved.
It's the... Look, you guys, all I'm going to say... Oh, I forgot. I don't have my camera on. Duh. All I'm going to say is that if Enoch says that to the fallen angels, like in heaven was their home, to the spiritual beings, and if God, that was Enoch's advice to this guy, to Maui. Is it Maui that he's telling this to her? I don't know. But basically, that is important because it can change their destiny. Their hell might not be as bad. And I do believe that those that did repent became the Gregorians. I think that's what the story was. I think that's what Enoch talks about in the book of Enoch. We'll have to look that up. I don't want to be wrong on that. So, but I do believe that that's what that's about. So, for those that did choose to repent from falling and mating with humans, and they were very sorry. They were very sorry because they were like, oh my God, this is so much worse. I should have stayed in heaven. I never should have left. You know, regret. Regrets. Okay, so Enoch 15, take no food. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst and cause offenses. Ooh, who the hell are the Gregorians? Amigo. Is it the second heaven? Oh my God. Seriously, Turin? Turin, shut up.
Described in the Book of Enoch. This is where the Dead Sea Scrolls version of the Book of Giants abruptly ends. It is speculated and stated in numerous texts and you to evil and pray for forgiveness, you may yet be saved. Here, Enoch recounts his own vision as described in the Book of Enoch. This is where the Dead Sea Scrolls version of the Book of Giants abruptly ends. It is speculated and stated in numerous texts and oral traditions that several giants somehow survived the Great Flood to walk among the peoples of Earth once more.
That demon blood is still here because it does say that a 10th remained, and that is in the Book of Enoch. So I don't know what this is all about. Oh, it's just all that. Hey, you guys, check this out. This is great. I'm gonna put the link. Can I put the link in the chat? I'm gonna try it. Share. Let me see. I don't know if it will go, but let's try. Did that work? Let me see. No. Oh, yeah, it did. Oh, my God. It even worked for Rumble. I'm getting quite stream literate. Just so you know. No, not really. I really suck at it. But I don't care. I'm just here to hang out and share. Rig Veda, the fire of Agni, and the divine right, ancient. What? If only we had 4 arms. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Do you know how many bags we could carry from the car to the house? I'm just saying. Oh, you want to know who the Gregorians are? Who? I don't know. Oh, you guys. I don't know if I can do the music. I ain't even gonna lie. I can't do the music. Okay, hold on. What do we got here? What's this all about? What is this, some sort of... Oh, we're no. No. Oh, no. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. I'm gonna look something up on, let me see. I need to do this. If I do that. What heaven are the Gregorians said to live? I don't know if that's a good question. I think it was a second. Oh, here. Second heaven. That's what I thought. Okay. So, live in the second heaven according to some apocryphal and mystical Christian and Jewish traditions. particularly those found in the texts like the Book of Enoch. In these traditions, the Gregorians, or Grigori, also called the Watchers, are a group of angels who were assigned to watch over humanity. However, a number of them fell from grace when they took human wives and taught forbidden knowledge to mankind. This was famously recounted in Enoch 1, known as the Book of the Watchers. As punishment, the fallen watchers were often said to be bound and confined in the second heaven awaiting judgment. The Gregorians are said to dwell in the second heaven, where they are imprisoned according to apocryphal texts like in the Book of Enoch. Can you bring up the text in the Book of Enoch that talks about the Gregorians and the second heaven, or the Grigori? Let's see. Why not? Yes! Oh, thanks! Abridged. Of course, abridged. Okay. Fallen angels. So they're fallen angels. And their punishment. Okay. Was it in the Book of Enoch where one of the angels wanted to repent? Yes, okay. Then I went and spoke to all of them together, and they were all afraid and trembling, and fear seized them. And they asked me to write a petition for them that they might find forgiveness. So they were sorry. And that's when they sent Enoch. They said, Enoch, we can't even come before God. So will you go and talk to God for us? And God was like, dude, you're supposed to be the angels are supposed to be interceding for you, not the other way around. You weren't supposed to intercede for the angels. And so, yeah, so Enoch went off and sat down by the waters of Dan and wrote out their petition. And even before he, I believe, was done writing it, God was answering. And he was like, not only were they going to see their children die, or they're going to be bound in a fiery pit of hell. Anyways. It says, go say to the watchers of heaven, you should intercede for men and not men for you. Why have you left a high, holy, and eternal heaven and lain with women? You are holy, spiritual, living the eternal life, but you defiled yourselves with the blood of women. God condemns them and declares their fate sealed. No forgiveness will be granted them. The text doesn't name a single angel as one who wanted to repent, rather describes all the fallen watchers as collectively seeking mercy through Enoch. Sanjaza and Azazel are the most prominent among them, but the request seems to come from the whole group. Yes, Enoch, one of the fallen angels, asked Enoch to intercede. There's something that specifically says, what if we just choose not to do it we just choose not to sin again. We choose not to do this. We stop what we were doing. And so I believe there were some that actually did. But you got to remember, angels are eternal beings. They're spiritual beings. They're eternal. So they're bound. They're alive. But they're bound. But there was 10% left. Wait. Where does it say that 10% of the angels became demons and were left behind? I know it's in here. Okay. In the Book of Jubilees, that's what it says. It says that after the flood, only 10% of the spirits of the giants, the demons, were allowed to remain on earth under the command of Mestema, a satanic figure. this is the part of stuff where I don't get, and I have a feeling that there's more information out there about it that is more in the mystical realm of things that I don't really want to get into. You know what I mean? You won't. Yeah, women are bad news turned up. We're awful. I'm telling you, we're just, But, at the same time, many, what? Don't get me started on dudes. Okay, so he made us to be a helpmate for man. And you know what? He also said to treat women with care. Like an expensive vase. And how do you treat an expensive vase? You put it on a pedestal. You protect it from any danger of ever being broken. Because it is one of your most valued possessions. That's what you do. But that don't happen. And I get it. There's too many cares in this world. There's so much in this world that can distract mankind from the basic instructions God gave us. You know what I'm saying? It's funny that, well, it's not funny, but it's ridiculous that's how mankind is now. We are jerks. We are all about our own personal needs and desires, and we stopped thinking, especially after COVID. You guys, seriously, COVID was an eye-opener. It was an eye-opener for me because what it did for me is it showed me how other people react in life and death situations. But it wasn't just a few people. It was everybody. Everybody in the world reacted. And I was under the thought that, well, you know what? We're going to have to figure it out sometime. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's not prolong this. You know what? I'm willing to just, go about my business, see if I die, I die. You know what? If that's the way I'm supposed to die, it's already been written. My name's written in the book of life. What? Yeah. So how I'm going to die, it's already been right. God already knows. It's already there. It may not be the way that God wanted it, but it's already written. It's been written. Look, this is what's going to happen. Why? Because of life choices. It's because of the choices that we make in life. And it's so true. What? Where does it say that in the book of Gina? No, shut up. I can't read most of the Apocrypha Catholic. The Apocrypha, I'm talking about the Ethiopian Bible. That's what I'm talking about, Turin. That's important. It's a very important book. It's a very important part of our history as a Christian, as a believer in God, that we might want to be aware of, because what? We perish for what? Lack of knowledge. My people perish for lack of knowledge, right? So if you don't know so I'm just, what I've got, and what it says, I've gone a lot deeper. And what it says is that those who dig deeper, they'll find the answers, but be careful, because those answers, the things, the wisdom and the knowledge and all that, means that you have now more responsibility. Because number one, if you're a true believer and you have faith and belief, and you have complete faith in God, then this, you know what? You have a task. We all do. But your decisions and how you proceed knowing the information that you know, what you choose to do with the information, you know, and whether or not you're going to actually do what God actually asked you to do, which was go into all the world and preach the gospel. Basically, go out there and give testimony, because that's the only way that we're ever going to overcome this world, is if we give out that information. And you know what? People be like, oh, that's all preachy. Well, you know what? Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It is preaching. You know why? Because that's what God said to do. Duh. I mean, come on, man. We should encourage. It should be uplifting. It should be edifying to one another, because, oh, we always wondered why this, why that. Well, now we know. You know, we get so much tidbits of wisdom in all of it, but it's using that information to truly, with a pure heart, want to share that with others so that they can, well, number one, come to their conclusions about God in hopes that you have convinced them that these are truths, things are true, that God is real, Christ was real, that the whole angels falling was real, the whole spiritual realm was real, and that we're here temporarily. That kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff that it's exciting to me, you know, and you know that it's exciting to a lot of people, because when you, like I said, when you have that knowledge, it's required that you. What good is it for someone to light a lamp and put it underneath their bed, right? So that the light is hidden. What good is the information that I have if I just keep it to myself? It's selfish. It's, you know what? And now in today's world, oh my God, we can stream, we can text, we can do whatever. We can become annoying. But with this, you can blog off whenever you want. You can come back later if you're interested. You know, that's the beauty of your choices in life. You can choose more information. You could choose life and blessing, or death and cursing. Now, like let me give you an example. So, like, I was seeking out some information. That's why I was watching the Testament of Solomon, which had like ancient, like little, it's divinity inside of it, and you got to be careful with that stuff. You know, I got the information that I needed. I got a clear picture of what it all was all about, but I didn't need to go any further at that point. If there's some point in time where I think that I need that information for something, that's for God's purposes, not for my own, or not for, you know what I'm saying, not for, to practice witchcraft or anything like that. I mean, it's to be aware of the enemies and his tactics and and the things that he does and what I can do, you know, to, you know, fight against the principalities, the powers, the rulers of darkness of this world. You know what I'm saying? It's a spiritual war. What? Yeah. You know what I'm saying, Sharon? I might just kind of go off on a tangent. I can't help it. I'm getting kind of tired. But it's really super interesting. I'm super excited because this deception that we are all experiencing, and we have been for the last 5 years of our lives, this is a very trying time in world history. This will be documented in world history for all future generations, what happened with COVID and how we responded. They are doing studies right now on how we responded. Now, come on, you guys. Are we going to come out of it? Are we going to move on from that? Are we going to be wiser? Are we going to be stupid? And are we going to perish from our lack of knowledge? Are we going to teach our children? Are we going to shout it from the rooftops? We're going to continue to teach everybody about the things that we've learned and about how You know, the whole time during COVID, I came to the conclusion of this. Just like I think it was John that was on Patmos, where he shook off the snake. And it was a deadly poisonous snake, and the islanders were like, oh my God, he must be divine. He's not dead. And he was just like, get off, you know? Oh, you know what? We'll be able to shake off snakes wherever we go. No, they're not going to affect us if we're well grounded. You know what I'm saying? Altrusian. You nerd. Has Gina given you admin status? What? What are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? I didn't see any. What is it? I didn't see anything. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Bro. Anyway, so I just, I get super excited about all of this stuff and but like I said, I'm still kind of putting together stuff. I want to show you guys something though before I go tonight. I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for being here with me tonight, Turin. You're the only one who chats, so I can talk directly to you. This is the Gina and Turin show. But I did this painting, and to me, it's a vision that I had. And I have explained more than once about it. I'm going to play it. Play the actual video that I played a month or two ago. And it is called Providence. I just sent this to Providence too, because I got a buddy online that's called Providence, and he's a nice fellow. And I thought of him when I was like, hey, you know what this is? It's the windows of heaven opening up and God pouring out a blessing. And I just happened to mention it, and he was like, wow, I really needed that word today. And it was like, it was nice because I felt like I was spreading the gospel, and it edified him. He even said so. And it was just a great 2-minute conversation that I had. And I wanted to share. The frame is finally done. And I will post it after. I'll show you the picture of it after I play the video. Let me find the video. I think it's actually on YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. View my channel. Videos. I think it's on YouTube. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah.
Getting crazy, baby, chill. Don't medicate, just meditate. You waking up now, well, baby, you hella late. Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate. Find your inner hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate, separate and segregate. Don't celebrate quite yet, the storm is coming, Q, for heaven's sake. Violence that they demonstrate, instigate and penetrate. The values of our country and our God is what they desecrate. My fighters ain't no featherweight, pulling out the seams of the fabric that they fabricate. They feed us lies, manipulate, intimidate through fear and force, forcing us to sit and wait till we come together, congregate, and then we liberate. Praying that you give me strength to find some love amongst the hate. Marching on these streets of blood till I see the golden gates. Troubadour and troubled souls, one of God's servants. Blades out, cut the grass till we see the serpents.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars.
to swallow, just digest it. Suspected something's going on, but chose to just neglect it. Deflected by some breaking news, oh, we just accept it. Expected just to fall in line and follow their perspective. Don't question their objective, but I got a lot of questions. How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected. So I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and domestic. Refuse to be directed, lion not a sheep. Only kneel to my God, so I'm dying on my feet. Silence when we speak, but there's violence in the street. I've been rolling with the punches, I can't take it on the cheek. Drink from a glass half full, I'm optimistic. People are sadistic, so vicious and malicious. Praying for assistance to overcome opposition, or I'm gonna start resisting and then I'll pray for forgiveness.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now. 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 One day, one day, one day, I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
I just realized that well, anyways, whatever. This is the window of heaven that's now opening up, I believe. And it's just a window. You know, it says that God says that when you open up the window, His word says that when He opens up the windows of heavens, that He pours out a blessing, and it's so much so that there's not enough room to hold it all in. So, you know, it's always God who is going to provide you with everything you ever need. You know, feeds the birds of the air, right? How much more? How much more does He love? Hey, that's a song, you know. It's a very good one. Anyways, that's all I got. You guys. Let me see. Can I pull this up? I wonder if it'll work. I have to change scenes again. Hold on a second. Let me find my oh, I don't know where. Okay, well, here I am. I'll have to adjust my camera, you guys. Let's do this. Actually, you know what? I don't need to adjust my camera. I'm gonna go.